Let's cut the bullshit. We've got straight up marketing advice. You should use it.
Just drop the jargon.
Adam and Simon's Bullshit Busters.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Adam and Simon Bullshit Busters. I'm Simon Batchelor.
I'm Adam Bastock.
This week we are going to be talking about making content for users, not for SEO. So Adam, do you want to give us a quick overview of what we mean by the difference between making content for a user and making it for SEO?
Yeah, so this is just quite a common topic that I've found a lot of business owners get caught up in, where they think they've got to write content around the keywords that people are searching for, and they tend to end up focusing so much on that, they forget the reason why they're writing it in the first place, and they forget the person that's reading it, most importantly. And the reason why we want to try and build it around the user, and it's to be empathetic and imagine where they are in their journey. So if they are on a purchase journey, they need to be there's certain content you want them to find at certain times of that journey that is going to be appropriate. So I'm just going to take a step back for a minute and talk through the four main phases of this.
Yeah.
So we've got awareness, consideration, evaluation, purchase, and then advocacy sometimes. But in terms of content and trying to get people onto the site with SEO, you tend to want to focus on the first three of those. So awareness, consideration, and evaluation. So just to explain what those mean a little bit more. Awareness is that someone's got a problem, but they don't actually know what that problem is. They've not defined the solution to it. They're still on that discovery research to try and understand a bit more about it. You've then got the next one, which is consideration. So they've now they've identified the problem and they've given a name to it, and they're now searching for a solution to that problem. Evaluation is they've now identified the product that will solve their problem. So they've got the solution. They're now just trying to compare and find the right product. So to give an example for that, if you're looking for, say, vegan hand cream, you might search for, is hand cream vegan at the awareness level, because you're trying to work out, is that hand cream actually vegan? You're not aware yet that if it's a problem, you're not aware if it's a product you can buy yet. Consideration, you might then go, vegan hand cream. You've identified that it is vegan, and then you're just looking for a solution for it. And then the next one might be best vegan hand cream, where you've identified a range of different brands of hand creams, and now you're trying to work out which is the best one, and you're considering between different ones. You then get to evaluation, which is a little bit more in-depth and kind of comparative, and then you've got purchase, when you just actually purchase it. That's very rough and ready, and it's going to look slightly different with different keywords depending on your business, but the whole idea is that at different stages of that, you're going to have different web pages that are appropriate, and you can't rank the wrong web page for certain terms.
Yeah.
So you can't try and rank a collection page or a category page where like a list of products at the awareness stage, because at the awareness stage, someone doesn't know that your product is the thing they're looking for yet. That's where you need to start writing blog posts or other content that is educational and addresses their awareness issues. So they've identified their problem, but they don't know what the hell their solution is yet, and that's where you come in to give them the solution to their problem. Similarly, at the consideration phase, they're not looking for answers around is it vegan or not. They've gone through that and they've already answered those questions. Now they're just looking to purchase it, and therefore they're at a different part, and their concerns are entirely different. So when you're thinking about content, you can't just think of it all as one equal thing. You have to try and identify these different stages that people are at and make sure you're creating content that is empathetic to the user, and think, where are they in their journey when they're searching for this term? Does that all make sense? It's a bit of a ramble.
Yes. No, it does make sense. And I think it is an important factor that a lot of people overlook, because they might just go with the keywords. They'd maybe say, okay, well, I want to rank for vegan hand cream. It's like, well, where do you want to rank for vegan hand cream? Not obviously in the search engine, but like at which bit? So do you want people who are researching what is vegan hand cream?
Exactly.
Or, so if you just try and approach your SEO with, when I type in vegan hand cream into Google, I want my website to come up at number one. The problem with that is that actually very few people type in vegan hand cream just as a term. That people are way more contextual when they search. So they're what is, where to buy, the best, how to,
near me.
Near me. All these other things that people append to the keywords, and that's what you can rank for, because you're then writing that content for the user at that bit of the journey. If, however, I make veganhandcream.com/vegan hand cream, and the H1 is vegan hand cream, and it's vegan hand cream is a thing that vegans like to put on their hands, especially in cream form, full stop. And it's like, vegan hand cream, question mark, yes, we can help. Friends often ask me, do you know anything about vegan hand cream? That is a page written for search engines to get to be number one for vegan hand cream. And essentially, that's like winning a race of one. It's like, well done, have a medal, you got to the top for vegan hand cream. But ultimately, so what? Who types that in? And if they are there, what are they trying to do?
I think another important point is what you've hit on there is, well, what page on your website do you want to rank for that? Because it might be the homepage is the best term. It might be that the blog post is. And so someone searching for is hand cream vegan, they're not looking for a list of products, and therefore your collection page isn't going to rank for it. Therefore you need another page, and that's why we're creating content specifically for that keyword at that time in their search journey.
Yeah.
A real good test of this is just to Google the products. So if you've got, I don't know, let's pick another example such as cushions or like tables or something like that, where if you go like dining table near me, best dining table, wooden dining tables flat pack, and look at the search results for all of those terms. If you've got a website and you're just going, I want to rank for dining tables, it's not going to really fit, because someone searching for dining tables near me, that example is going to bring up an entirely different search results page to someone searching for are dining tables vegan, for example.
Yeah.
Where you're going to want to have a different piece of content there. And so it's really about just making sure that you're actually answering the question that the customer is searching for. Because typically that's how you use search, is when you Google something, you are looking for a solution. And depending on where you are in that journey, depends on how well defined your solution is. And therefore you want to have content that also addresses the complexity of that solution and the education level to a certain extent of the customer at every point in that journey.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where it is important to map out the user journey. So what do customers do? Do you sell a product that is so well established that you don't need to explain what it is? Chairs, tables, cups. Yeah. These things don't need explaining. Vegan hand cream, vegan toothpaste, this all needs explaining. There's details, there's questions. These are new products than the established, household items. Obviously, in the household items market, it's an incredibly competitive world that's probably not worth getting into. Really, what you want to be in is the kind of new products that are exciting and people are searching for and want to know about. Yeah. And once you get those products, once you get involved in those products and you're making those products and you've got a bit more of a niche market, then the content there, you need to map out the journey. So it's like, okay, they want to know what's in it, they want to know how it's made, they want to know how long it takes to get there, and then they want to see what the best one is. Then they want to know, where can they buy it? Do they have to ship it? Can you pick it up? And you just go through all the questions you get asked and basically tick off all of the bits of content you need. And the user will naturally flow through all of that content on their own. And some people may go through all of that in half an hour, straight from what is vegan hand cream to order in 4 minutes. They might read your blog and buy some. But if it's a dining table, they might have to go and ask their partner, do we really want this vegan dining table, or are we going to look elsewhere? And there's a whole discussion around that, isn't there? So I think also bearing that in mind of, well, what's the time difference in between someone researching and purchase? Is it an impulse purchase? Is it considered? Because if it's considered, you need to help that person consider. So you need to put more of your effort at the considerations phase.
Exactly.
Whereas if it's impulse purchase, then you need to make sure that your awareness level also has the option to purchase. So it's like, this is really good. Here's the answer to your question. Fancy it? So you're going to have to map it out yourself, I think, in order to understand where how your user would ideally navigate your content.
And ideally, you want to be at every stage of that journey, so that if someone searches for awareness and consideration, and they find your brand at both of those points, and at every stage, then they're going to have more trust in you and really discover you more deeply, I guess, to be able to then purchase from you. Yeah. And I think also it's important, as well as mapping out that user journey, is mapping out the content that you've got on the site and identifying at which stage in the journey it is. That's slightly more complex, and it's just basically a massive, ugly spreadsheet, but it's really vital, I think, you do it, and even if you do it in a very small product range, is just think about, have I addressed all of the awareness issues for that product with content? And if not, then that's an opportunity for you to try and get more customers into your website, but also build more trust and therefore a higher conversion rate.
Excellent. Well, yeah, I hope that has been useful for you all and you've had another look at your website content and thought about it in a slightly different way. So do have another look at it and your user journeys and let us know how you get on. Thanks very much for listening and watching. Do remember to give us a follow or a like wherever you can, and do recommend us to anybody who you think might like to listen to the next 50 episodes that we're going to make. So thanks very much for listening and watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you soon.
Bye.